yeah, whoever was practicing, was it good? So did you guys practice for the filter and then remove duplicate? Are you guys good with filter and remove duplicate? Did you have any issues? Okay. So yeah, today I will do, let's go ahead with some aggregations. Okay. So today we are going to talk about aggregations, like what kind of I want to get the sum of the salaries for every department. I want to get the average salary for every department. This kind of small calculations I would like to do. Okay, so the requirement would be like this. Okay, so aggregations. So here I want to get the sum of salaries. Okay, sum of salary for every department. Okay. Second thing would be like a min and max of salaries for every department. Okay. So and else total count of or else count of employees for every department. Okay. So when you do aggregations, we do group. Okay. When you are doing any aggregations, based on group only we do. Okay. So for example, here department is a group. Okay. Otherwise, it's a meaningless. If you do sum of salaries for every employee, it's a meaningless. But if you do sum of salary for every department, that will be some meaning, right? So I can get this min and max also for complete salaries, list of salaries. But it doesn't make any sense. For example, if I do, how do I do select a sum of salaries? Select sum of salary from EMP. Okay. So and similarly you can do okay, select min of salary, okay, from EMP. You can do max also, but yeah, so it like there is no meaning for this. Okay. So but you should apply based on the group column. So for example, I want for every department I want to find a sum of salary. Select sum of salary, comma min of salary. I'm applying everything in one go, and then max of salary. You can even apply average of salary. These are the columns I'm selecting, and then DEPT number from where from table. Okay, after select we put columns from table. Here I'm doing a group. Okay, group by DEPT number. So here I'm grouping the records, means all tens will be bring into one place, all 20s will be in one place, and 30s will be in one place. After it brought all tens into one place, then only it will do summarization of salaries. Okay, group by is nothing but bringing group of records to one place, another group to another place, another to another place. After it brought, then only it will do the sum. Okay, see if you look at here, department number 10 is having how many records? Okay, department number 10 is having 3. Okay, so this is one. So 5000 plus 2450. Okay, 7450 plus 1300. Okay, so this would be something 8750. Okay, min of salary from department number 10. So this is the minimum salary of department number 10 because 1300, 1500, and 2450. So 1300 is the smallest one, right? So max of salary is 5000. Okay, in department number 10. So average salary is nothing but total sum of salary divided by number of employees in that department. So 8750 divided by 3, that would be 2916. Okay. So you can even apply count also. So comma count of, maybe you can put count of EMP number, comma DEPT number from EMP, group by DEPT number. Okay. So department number 10 is having 3 employees. This is average salary, max salary, min salary, total salary. Sum of salary is nothing but total salary. 20 is having 5 employees, 30 is having 6 employees. So it's a, whichever you require, you just pick it. So you don't have to worry about, generally we don't apply all in one. So yeah, it depends on your requirement, whether you take a sum, min or max or average. It's up to you. Okay. So you can even give a alias instead of column name here. Should be total salary. Total underscore sal. It's a column name. I'm just giving alias. Min of salary. That will be, you can give min underscore sal. So max of salary you can consider as max underscore sal. Okay, so comma DEPT number from EMP group by DEPT number. Okay, so you don't have to take all in one go. You can take individually also. Okay, so sum of salary, it's just alias. Column name I have changed to total underscore sal. Alias, I'm just giving alias to the output. Okay, so same thing we are going to design in data stage. Okay, so did you guys understand here what I did?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, let's design same thing in data stage to find total salary, min, max, and then find the number of employees. Okay, number of employees for every department. So same thing. So I'm going to read the data from employee table by using Oracle connector, database, Oracle connector. Okay, so if you go to processing here, you see aggregator. By looking at the stage name, you can identify. Okay, aggregator is used to do aggregations. Okay, so file output, I will save it in dataset. Okay, so we will see what is the difference between sequential file and dataset today. Okay, so this is dataset I'm using. So yesterday I was using sequential file, but today I'm using output as a dataset. Okay, so open a Oracle connector, give server is Oracle, username is Scott, password is Tiger. Generate SQL at runtime, yes, I will go for EMP table and then I will load the table structure. EMP. Okay, say metadata, table structure, everything is same. Okay. So in aggregations, okay. So here data stage supports three types of aggregations. Okay. So here you see group. So group should be, what is the group you select? So what is the group column we have selected here? Group by department
Okay.
number. Same group you should select in data stage also. There won't be any department number. Okay. So calculation. So aggregations, there are three types of calculations in data stage. Calculation, count rows, and then recalculation. Calculation is a general calculation like some min, max, average, mean. Okay, a lot of things are there. Count rows, just to count the rows. We have a separate option just to count these rows. Okay. Recalculation means already calculated columns will be calculated again. Okay. So we are going to see first two, third one I will show it later. Okay. So let's do the calculation. So what column you want to calculate? So here what column we have calculated? Salary column we made a calculations in the query. So select the salary column. Okay. Fine. So now what kind of calculations you want? So here you see on the right side, you see it is showing sum, min, max, average. Okay. So sum of output column. Okay. And then click on column name again, minimum value of output column, and then click on column name, maximum value of output column. So I'm doing sum, min, and max, and then you can even do average. Where is the average? Uh, you see any average here? There should be some average.
Mean value. Mean value. Mean value output column.
Mean,
Second one.
mean is different, isn't it?
Yeah. Mean value.
Mean value is nothing but that's a kind of middle value. Okay. That's not the average. Average is nothing but sum divided by number of salaries. These are the formulas. Generally, we get it. Okay, so they will be there in sixth standard or 10th standard. We do mean, right? Mean, range, and all. Let me see. Mean, missing, non-missing, percentage, please, range, standard derivation, sum of weight, summary. Name of the sub-record column to which type results be reduced to redundant. Now, let's try for mean and see. Okay. So here, what is the column name? Okay, you want to select. So here we give an alias, right? Max of salary into maximum salary, total salary. So I will give same names here also. So it is just say it's asking just give a column name. Okay. So based on this group column, I'm doing a calculation for salary. I'm doing a maximum value of output column. So you just give me the column name. I will return output into that column it says. So you can simply say max underscore sal. For mean, you can say mean underscore sal. Minimum, so you can say min underscore sal. For sum, you can say total underscore sal. Okay. And then if you go to, so allow null output equal to false. Yeah, generally we can't calculate any null values. So method equal to hash here. Hash is nothing but use hash mode for relatively small number of groups. If your input is having small number of groups, okay. So maybe here we have only 3 groups, that is a small. But in real time we have a one like a millions and millions of records with different groups. Then you can use another method called sort. Okay, that's what it says. Okay, if it is a lower group, then use hash. If it is some number of groups are very high, then use sort method. Okay. Yeah, otherwise it's good. So you simply drag and drop all the columns to output and then store a file. Okay, so I'm going to store output in dataset. So extension of dataset is generally .ds. Okay, emp underscore aggregations .ds. Okay, so dataset is used to, I mean, dataset is designed for data stage environment only. You cannot read this file outside of data stage environment. Okay, I will show you that. emp underscore aggregator underscore job. Okay, let's run and validate the output. Okay, there will be only three rows to the output. Okay, because there are only 3 departments, so you will get only 3 rows. But number of columns is up to us how many calculations we are doing. Okay, So let's view the data. Okay, department number 10, what is the total salary? 8750. 8750. Min salary is 1300, max salary is 5000. So that is correct. 1300 and 5000. So average salary is 2916. 2916. Yeah, I think that's correct. Mean is nothing but average. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. So yeah, this is how you do. So here I did not write any query. So simply I just gave what is the group column, what is the calculation, what column I want to calculate, and I just selected the options. So ETL tool data set is designed to, it has all the functionalities already exist. So they are inbuilt by using different uh, languages. So data stage is designed by Java, C++, .NET, and then all the, yeah, mostly these are the uh, languages used to design, and it's called Arch State program on the back end. We call it as Arch State program. Okay. So see, so you don't need to write any code. So here I wrote a code to do this, but when it comes to tool, I did not write any code. Okay. So but method of doing calculations is same. Doing a group by and doing the calculations based on the column names from the table. So here I selected the data in the first step. In the second step, I just said to data stage, this is my group. This is the column for calculation, and do min, max, mean, and then sum. Okay, so it's just to avoid the coding. That's it. So same transformations you can do in multiple, whether it's a tool or language, you can do anywhere. Okay, but only it's a simplification. Okay, GUI, graphical user interface, to avoid the coding. That's the only purpose of GUI tools. Okay. So now I want to do count of employees. I want to do employee. I want to know how many employees are there for every department. So here you see, instead of calculation, I need to go for count rows. Okay. So based on every department number, it will count number of rows. Column name, I just need to give total. Maybe you can use some anything. Total underscore rows. Okay, go to output. So you have to remap. Okay, you don't need to, you just have to delete all the old ones. Okay, so recompile and then rerun it. Okay, so right click and view data. Data set you can only see like this. You have to view the data from here. If you go to DS output folder and if you try to open here, see here .ds. If you try to open here, you cannot open it. You see, department number 10 is having 3 rows, 20 is having 5 employees, 30 is having 6 employees. Okay, so this is correct. Total, when you count it, it should be 14, right? 11 plus 3, 14. Okay, so that's how you do count of rows or min, max, average. Yeah, it has a lot of functionalities, but generally I use so far only min, max, average, these kind of values only. I never used other calculations. For example, if you go here, I never used correlated sum. Okay, so for the data analysts, generally these are the weightage and all. They can be variance, weighting column. Okay, so these are used by data analysts usually. But as a ETL developer, we should know how to apply min, max, average, sum. These are the values generally we use. Okay, so yeah, I think that's it about aggregator. So are you guys good? Did you guys understand?
Yes.
Okay. How about others? Aparna, Prashanti.
So we are good.
Okay. So now let's talk about why data set. Okay. So I use the data set, right? So if it is a sequential file, basically I can simply double click and open. Okay, because it's a sequential file is used to create a text file. Okay, that is readable by a human. Okay, but aggregate, this is a .ds. Data set is used for only intermediate process. Okay, so for example, I have created one job and I want to use this output as an input for the next job. Then I will have to go for data set. Why we have to go for data set? Because data set is a lightweight. Okay, it doesn't occupy more memory. Okay, it's a lightweight and data will be stored in a data set in the form of system understandable language, not understandable by human. Okay, so if I open this file here, double click and open. Okay, select the program from a list. Maybe let's go ahead with the notepad. Okay, so do you understand anything here? All we can understand is some
Alphabet.
path. Yeah, it's just redirecting to some path and then it has some special characters. Okay, so basically data set. Okay, so data set, it creates a couple of files on the backend. Data set creates a two files on the backend. Creates two files. Okay, so one is data file and another one is descriptor file. Okay, see whatever we are seeing here, this is a descriptor file. Okay, so you see current arch state dataset descriptor. So this is a descriptor file. So descriptor file is nothing but it is the structure of dataset. Okay, structure of dataset will be stored in one file. And the structure file, okay, so this should be the first one. Okay, and then data file should be the second one. Be the other. Okay, so descriptor file is nothing but it is a structure of dataset. Okay, so this dataset is saying okay. I'm the structure for this data set. Okay, so and I have a so this job is running on two nodes. That means so it is just a structure but not the data. So it is having some path and it is pointing out to this path where the data file is get stored. Okay, but you don't guys don't watch this. Okay, so I will show you the other way around. Okay, how to find the where the data files are. But yeah, just understand. So whatever is the path you give in data stage job to store the data set, that will just point out to the descriptor file. Descriptor is nothing but structure of a data set. But where is the data file? So where is the second file is stored? The second file is stored in a data stage server. Okay, how do I identify that? If you go to tools here, data set management. Okay, first option. So if I want to delete a data set, if I want to delete a employee sequential file output, I can simply right click and delete it. Okay, so I can simply delete it, it will be gone. But if I delete a data set from here, what will happen? It will delete only descriptor file but not the data file. So if you want to delete both together, then you have to follow the standard only. So here it is saying okay, which data set you want to open. I want to open employee underscore aggregator dot ds. Where is that? This is the data set I want to see. Okay, so click OK. So it will open a new window. Okay, so this is the okay, so this is the data set name. So your job is running on two nodes. Okay, I will talk about nodes. Okay, so nodes means like a so two computers. So this data stage software is utilizing the power of two computers. Okay, so let's assume for now it is using two nodes. Okay, I will explain what is nodes and all. So that's a theory part I need to cover. Okay, but yeah, for now let's assume node is nothing but one PC. Okay, so this jobs whatever we are running, so is this software is designed to run every job on two nodes, nothing but two CPUs. Okay, so data set is having two files on the backend. Okay, so one is this and another one is here. Okay, so records, one record in one node, two records in another node. That means one record is stored in one CPU and another two records are stored in another CPU. Okay, fine. Okay, so this is the path if you want to go and check. Okay, so if you click on here, it will show the path. If you click here, path will be shown here. In the C directory, IBM information server data sets. That's where the actual data of data set is stored. There will be a two files. Okay, so if you click on one, it is the first file. If you click on this second node, this is the file name. Okay, so first node is having one record, second node is having two records. So if you go to the second option, this is the schema. This is the structure of a data set. It is having two columns, department number and total rows. Third one is a show data window. If you want, you can click OK to view the data. Okay. So here you can copy one data set to another data set. Okay. Here you can delete it. If you want to delete data set, you have to delete it from here only. So this will delete descriptor file and both the data files. So here there are two data files. Two data files and descriptor file will be deleted. Okay. So you can try deleting that now. Okay, gone. So this data set is gone. See here, it's gone. It is not there. Okay, it's got deleted. Data set emp underscore agg.ds is deleted from here also. If you just delete it from output folder, but data files wouldn't be deleted, right? So data files were sitting in server. You don't know where those data files are unless you go and check it from dataset management. Okay, so make sure if you want to delete any data sets, you delete it from dataset management only, not directly from the folder where you save, because that's just a descriptor file. So why we need to go for dataset? Because dataset is a lightweight format. Okay, let's try to go and check. Okay, so see, we go to the computer. See, IBM information server datasets. Okay, you see, this is the dataset format, how it stores. Okay, so these are the files created for emp underscore aggregator.ds. Okay, the last two. So let's try to open and see what is inside that. See, nothing you can read. Okay, it can only understandable by data stage. That's it. It's a data stage native format. That's why this file is lightweight. So it is 128 KB plus 128 KB. Okay, it's a 256 KB. Okay, so data is getting stored in the form of KBs only. Okay, I mean it's a less weight format. Okay, when you store same data in text format, that would occupy more memory, obviously, right? So if you go to C documents and settings, Ravan desktop, DS output. Okay, see here. So it is occupying more memory here. Okay, I mean, so let's assume if the text format file is occupying 100 MB, but data set would occupy around 20 MB only. Okay, so and then it is a lightweight and data stage can process the file faster. Okay, data set file would be faster than sequential file. Because why? Data set is being handled through multiple CPUs, multiple nodes. But sequential file name itself, it is a sequential. It can only run on single node. Okay, sequential file cannot run on multiple nodes actually. Okay, so that's the reason data set is faster for intermediate processing only, but not for you cannot store. If business is asking, hey, do this requirement and give me the output file, you cannot give them a data set, right? If you give them a data set, all they can see is this descriptor file. That's it. So that would be meaningless. Okay, you have to give a complete file, which you have to give sequential file formatted output file only. But for intermediate process, you can use dataset. That's the difference between sequential file and dataset. So do you understand this concept? How dataset is storing data? So this is one of the important interview questions. So usually, yeah, every interviewer asks, what is the difference between sequential file and dataset? And why would you go for dataset? When to go for dataset? How to handle dataset? Multiple questions will raise from this. You can simply say dataset runs on a parallel mode. It creates a couple of files on the backend. One is a descriptor file, another one is a data file. Descriptor file shows the path of data files. Data files will store the data in the data stage server. Why we are going for this? Because it's a lightweight. Data stage only can understand this format. It's a lightweight format and it is faster for intermediate processing. How do you handle a dataset? How do you delete a dataset? From tools, dataset management, there only we can delete the dataset. You cannot delete directly from the output path. So yeah, you have to tell all these points. Okay, if you don't tell these
Same
points,
way,
then they
how
will
to,
ask. Yeah,
how to view the data in a dataset in the same format tools, so dataset management.
yeah. There also you can do right click view data here, or else in tools and dataset management also I show an option, right? Third option, window data. There also you can see.
When we are seeing the weight, I mean, in the data set and the sequential file both are in the same size, like 4 KB or 5 KB. So
When it is a huge file, when it is a big file, you'll see the difference because we are having only 14 rows. So really you cannot see the difference actually here. Okay.
yeah.
So here this is the third option where you can view the data. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, for 14 rows, you cannot really tell the difference. When you have a 100 MB, you
Yeah,
can tell. I'll try to import the huge file and I will share it with you tomorrow. Okay.
yeah.
Then you can see the difference. So
Mhm.
you can even use sequential file here also,
Okay.
but that's a different, right? So that's a format is different and the storing technique is different for sequential file and dataset. Okay.
If the
So
size of
yeah,
the data set is, if the size is more, then still it will be 2 nodes, or the nodes will increase depending upon the size.
no, it depends on your job, how many nodes your job is running. Okay, so for let's assume there are 1 lakh records. My job is running on 2 nodes. 50,000 records will be stored in one node, another 50. Evenly, this data will be distributed evenly
Okay.
to each and every node. If your job is running on 4 nodes, then 25K for every node, right?
Oh, okay.
So here our job is running on 2 nodes. How I am saying that? Tools, and if you go to configurations and then check the default configuration. So default configuration is 2 nodes. So our job is running on default configuration and which is having 2 nodes. You see node 1 and
Okay.
node 2. So this node 1. Okay, so here fast name is nothing but a server name. What is the name of the server? Name of the PC. Okay, so name of the server is Ravan. Pools. So inside pools you can define a space. Okay, how many bytes you want to pass. If you don't give
Mhm.
anything, by default it will take entire space. Okay, so I did not give anything. Resource disk. So resource disk is used to store the data set data files. You see here, this is where data
Yeah.
set data files I just shown you, right? This is the
Yeah. Yeah.
path.
Mhm.
Resource scratch disk. Okay, resource scratch disk is nothing but while you are running a data stage job, it will utilize the space. Once job is completed, it will simply remove that, scratch that space.
Okay.
While running a program, system needs some memory, right, to perform the
Yeah. Yeah.
calculations and all. So it will use this path, scratch path. Okay. So there will be a path. If you go to this path, you will see scratch folder. So that would be
Yeah.
utilized when it is done. Then it will simply scratch.
Okay.
Okay, so scratch folder is there. So it will be utilized, and while you are running a job, you can come and see here. There will be some files will be created. Once job is done, they will be deleted automatically. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, that's what the yeah. So generally, yeah, this is also one of the interview questions. So what is a configuration file? What do you see inside configuration file? Inside configuration file, we see how many nodes we are using. So
Mhm.
what node contains? Node contains four things: host name, which is nothing but a server name; pools that can define a space; resource disk, where it is allocated to resources, for example, data sets, where to
Mhm.
store data file of data set; resource scratch disk is used to while running a program, and it will be scratched automatically once program is completed. So these are the things you need to explain.
Okay.
Maybe you can copy this to one notepad. Okay, do not modify or delete. If you delete, your job will not work. Your data stage will not work. Okay, do not do anything. Just watch and then close it. Don't save, check or delete. Don't do anything. Okay, so maybe you can
Okay.
simply copy and paste it to notepad and you can see. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, you can expect one interview question out of these two questions. Okay, what is differences between sequential file and data set, or what is a node?
Most common question.
Yeah, that's a common question. You will get it, definitely get it. Okay. So if you are a
Okay.
data set developer, they will ask you what is the difference between data, generally data set. Okay. So questions they will raise lot of questions regarding data set. How do you delete a data set? Okay, if you haven't practiced, you cannot really tell. Okay, while I'm doing, you are watching and you know it's easy thing. But when I ask you suddenly after a few days, you can't tell this option, right? So make sure note down all these options. Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Mhm.
And then when I say fast name, what is fast name? You should say it's a server name. What is resource disk? Okay, so make sure you try
Mm.
to frame the words on your own way. But I will give you the answers later. Okay, I prepared some interview questions. I will give you the answers. Okay, how to frame the sentences and all. Okay. Yeah, but for now, yeah, make sure you take the notes and at least understand what is what. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's try to design all the stages together, whatever we have done so far. So database Oracle connector. So what are the stages we have done so far? Aggregator is done. Filter is done, and then remove duplicate. Okay. Let's say I want to do everything in single job. Yeah, you can do that. There is another stage called copy. So copy stage is used to copy the input data into multiple outputs. So copy, take the copy stage. So you give a multiple links from copy stage. Store the output in either in a sequential file or data set. Okay, I will one sequential file I will take and I will take two data sets. Okay, so copy is a stage just to pass the input data into multiple output files, multiple output links. Okay, so file, sequential file or data set is a file So file can be used as a either input or output file. You cannot use, instead of copy, you cannot use a sequential file or data set. Okay. Sequential file or data set is used as a either input or output. That's it. Not, you cannot use it as an intermediate file here. For example, you want to use sequential file, it will not work. Sequential file supports one output link and one reject link only. Okay. So you have to take copy only. Okay. So let's do that. Oracle. Username is Scott. Password is Tiger. Generate SQL at runtime, yes. What is the table name? EM. Columns. Load the table structure. So this was the first day we imported, right? In our first class, I shown how to import the table structure. I stored it on first day and I am using it every day. Okay, so employee data has been read. Now I need to copy the employee data into here, here, and here. So after copy, I do not see this table symbol. So if you go to output, we have to pass. This is only one link I passed. There are 3 output links. Make sure you need to pass the links to columns to all the output links. So there are multiple ways to pass. Select all and then you just put it under column name, or you just move from here to here also. Okay, same thing. Done. So in copy stage there is only one option. Okay, so force equal to false or true. True to specify that data stage should not try to optimize. Okay, so when you are having more than one column, then simply generally we select a true to specify. Okay, it should not try to optimize. But when you are having only one output column from copy stage, we generally keep default option. So if you have more than one link, when you have more than one output link from copy, generally we select a true. Okay. So here, yeah, after remove duplicate, okay. So based on what column you want to remove the duplicate, okay, department number, go to output and then map the output columns. Aggregator, let's say group, department number is a group. I want to do a count rows, total underscore rows, total underscore, okay, total underscore rows. Okay, go to output and pass the columns. Filter, input columns. So department number. Okay, instead of department number, let's try this. So filter supports all arithmetic operations. Okay. Select star from EMP where DEPT number less than 30. You can even try this. Okay. Less than 30, less than 20, greater than 30, greater than 20. You can try all this. And then you can apply select star from EMP where EMP number equal to 7369. Okay. Or else you can apply R condition also you can apply where the EPT number equal to 10 or the EPT number equal to 20. Okay, R spelling is a mistake. Or the EPT number equal to 20. 10s and 20s will come. R condition, right? So truth table from the 10th class. True, true, false, false, remember? So for R table, so true, true, when it is a true, true, then it will become true. When it is a true or false, it will become true. Okay, when it is a false or true, it will become true. When it is false and false, then only it will be a false. It's like ones and zero. True is nothing but 1, false is nothing but 0. When it is 1 and 1, it will be a 1. Right? So when the AND condition will satisfy, it's completely opposite. So true and true, then only it will become true. Okay. So when it is true and false, it will be a false. And means both conditions should satisfy. False and true, it will be a false. False and false, obviously it's a false. Okay. So here let's try to frame one sentence. Okay. So select star from EMP where department number equal to 10. I know what is the department and the EMP number, and I want to go to specific record. Okay. So in under department number there are multiple records. I want to go for 7782. Double 782 EMP number, and okay, I did not put on the condition, and EMP number equal to 7782. So what happened? The EPT number equal to 10. Okay. So this is a first condition is true. Okay. And EMP number equal to 7782. Second condition also true. So true and true, true. That means that row will come to output. For every row, calculation will check. Okay. So if you take this row, department number equal to 20, that means it's a false. Okay. So what is the second condition? Employee number equal to 7782. Is it matching? No. So it will be a false and false for this row, first row. For the second row also it's a false and false. Third row, okay, so it is a true. Department number 10 is a true, okay. 7782, okay, it's a true. True and true, okay, this row, okay, will be sent to output. So let's take for this row, department number equal to 10, okay, it's a true. This condition is true. But this condition is false for this second record. So true and false will be a false for AND condition. Okay, that's what the use of truth tables. Okay, when we studied, we don't know what is the use. Now you know what is the use. Okay, so STLD, right? You must have studied switching theory, logical design, something. STLD in BTech.
Really.
Right. Yeah. So these are all NAND gates and NOR gates are used here on the back end. Okay. So here we are just using a tool. So you can't really tell where they are being used. Okay. So yeah, so you can apply same condition here also. So basically DEPT number equal to, so if you go to, make sure you have to put a capital letters. Okay, so here DEPT number, okay, and you don't need this special character, and EMP number. Good, that's it. That's the where clause I'm applying. So you can do anything, yeah, and or anything you can apply. Less than, greater than, equal, not equal. Okay. How do you do not equal? Select star from EMP where DEPT number not equal to symbol is like this. Okay. Less than and greater than is nothing but not equal to. Okay. In any, you can try this also, but try to remember this only. Not equal to symbol, you can use this also, but in data stage it will not work. In data stage it will work like this. Less than and greater than. Okay, you can even use that also here in the filter condition. So yeah, you can try them. Instead of whatever I have given, you try to give other condition other than whatever I'm using now. So browse for file. So emp1.txt, just giving some random name. Make sure you don't forget to handle nulls when you are using sequential file. For dataset, you don't need to handle nulls. Dataset can handle. Dataset will give you option to give a file name. That's it. So null handling can be done automatically. Don't need to give anything to dataset. You just need to give file name to dataset. That's it. It will handle nulls automatically. Okay. So that's it. So job design is done. So these are the stages we learned so far. just give any name. Make sure you click on the jobs folder and save it under the jobs folder. Okay. So yeah, run it now. So Vishnu and Achit, you are, I know. Satish, okay, no. Sweta, Sajita, Prashanti, Charan, you are from Inspix only, right?
Yeah.
Sweta, Sajita, Prashanti, Aparna, I know, okay, you guys are from there, okay. Yeah, right. So see, this is how you should be able to design the jobs after your practice. Okay. So here I filter department number, remove the duplicates. So there will based on department number, that means 3 records. Here I am applying a count of rows for every department, 3 rows. Here I filter the data, so there will be 1 row. That's it. Right? Yeah, so I think that should be good. So next class would be on Monday. Okay, EST Monday. That should be